Welcome back to another episode of the Kickin Lawyer. So today we're going to talk about something that does have to do with sort of being an attorney, but it's more got to do with your own either business promotion or potentially self-promotion as you try to promote a brand. One thing a lot of you may not know is we offer business consulting at our law firm, and I even have a team of businesses that meet with me monthly and consult during the month on different aspects of business. Specifically, marketing is one of my strong suits. The Kicking Lawyer thing is a brand that I've tried to develop, and at least on the local level has helped me. And I think I've gotten some notoriety from it, or at least some increased business, which is really the goal. In business is to do a good job, do good service, certain things you have to do to maintain business. But you got to build a recognizable brand too, especially nowadays in this modern age with social media and whatnot. Today, what I'm talking about is bragging. Now, I will go ahead and put it on Front Street out there. I did read a book years ago. I want to say it was 2000, 2001, and I'll put a little picture of it up here in a second. It was called Brag, and it was like the art of tooting your own horn without blowing it. And that book made a big impression on me because prior to that in the martial arts, you'd always been taught you need to be humble and show humility and all this. But the problem is in the business world and the legal business world, any industry you're in, you have to get your name out there. How are clients, potential customers, supposed to find you if they don't know about you? And then further, if they don't know that you're the most qualified for whatever service it is they're looking for, service or product. So it's okay, in my opinion, to tell people about yourselves. One thing I have my legacy team members, our business legacy team, do is they develop elevator speeches. There's plenty of videos on YouTube about elevator speeches, but an elevator talk or whatever other terms they call it. It's important to do that because you never know when you're going to meet another potential client or customer. A couple of points real quick on self-promotion. Number one is don't lie. I think that's a huge deal. In the beginning, you might get a little leeway, but eventually somebody's going to call you out if what you're telling people is not accurate. So don't make claims that you can't back up with fact. It needs to be a legitimate, real fact about you or your company. Doesn't need to be twisted or convoluted or fake. For example, trial lawyers. Sometimes there's a lot of lawyers avoid trials and they say, well, they have a perfect record in trials. Well, that may be true because they've never had one. So you don't want to do false or misleading advertising. But if you're a world champion in martial arts, tell people you're a world champion. Instantly should tell people that you're legit and you know a little bit about what you're doing. So it's okay to brag. Just don't lie. The next thing is, you don't want it to just immediately be, hi, I'm Jerry Mason, and I'm a lawyer, and I'm da-da-da-da-da. It needs to be woven into the conversation. Now, if you've done a good job at building your brand, especially in a local market, people are probably already going to know, what you are and who you are. So that makes it a lot easier. They even ask you about it. How's the firm going? How's the martial arts going? Those kind of things. I get that all the time in my local market just because everybody knows me here. Of course, I've been in this market for 30 years in some capacity where I interact with the public. So I already had a base, even when I went in to become a lawyer, I already had a pretty good base of potential customers or clients that knew me from the service I provided as a martial arts instructor and then the interaction they had when I was a police officer. And then, so it's just always been in the public and never had a problem telling people, that I thought I was good at something or not. So that's never been an issue. But what I mean is when you meet them, if something comes up and they mention something, you can always tie it in to something in your specific business. And it doesn't even have to be that you're telling them about your business and how good you are. You're just weaving it in that's a similar experience you had in X to let them know, oh, okay, he does this or she does that or whatever. So try to weave things you've done or accomplishments or things your business does into the conversation. And then I think this is a huge one, and I like to think I'm good at it. Don't be afraid to laugh at yourself. People take themselves way too seriously, lawyers especially. Like I caught a lot of flack with my videos and stuff up front because the old, I don't want to say old head, I just mean that traditionally lawyers are professionals and don't take kindly to, we already get poked fun of, so to speak, in public anyway. So why allow them to do more? But poke fun at yourself. I mean, there are things that we all do that's funny. There are things that I do, I know that on a regular basis that's kind of silly. So I think it's okay to laugh at yourself. Don't be afraid to, if you mess up or if you have an accomplishment, you can even sometimes twist it and make it funny, and that makes it a lot easier. Then they still get the message of what you've accomplished, but it's not that you're bragging, it's more you're making fun of yourself. And then the last thing I was going to mention, and this goes to martial arts and business always, and it kind of goes back to the first point I made about don't lie, is make sure you do what you say you're going to do, or at least try to. So as an attorney, I don't ever promise any outcome to clients. I give them sort of what I feel is going to happen, maybe my thoughts on it, but I can never promise an outcome. I can't say, oh, you're accused of this crime, I'm going to win it 100%. I can't do that. Now, if I tell them, though, that I'm going to work hard and be honest with them, then that's what I need to do. If I tell them that I'm going to communicate information to them, I need to do that. Now, there are things that happen, like sometimes people's understanding of what that means is different than maybe mine. So I may not have done that good of a job of explaining up front what I meant by regular communication or whatever. So sometimes I think there's some miscommunication on that way. But it is very important that if you say you're going to do something, you need to do it. That's one of the, I think, the biggest ways to hurt your brand or your company is by not following up with good customer service and whatever it is. So if you are bragging to somebody about these things you do, you need to do those things, okay, whatever it entails. So anyway, that's just a few things, a few little insights I had on the art of bragging. I recommend you pick that book up I recommended earlier. I can't remember the title of the lady. I want to say it was Peggy something, but it was a really good book. I recommend that you try to pick it up. I'm sure it's still available wherever. And then, of course, if you need anything from us, give us a holler. One last thing. I do have now in stock officially the Keep Calm and Call the Kickin Lawyer t-shirts. So some of you won some of those on the last video that I posted. If you subscribe, you get a t-shirt. And a lot of you did that, and so congratulations and thank you. And I ask that more of you subscribe and like, comment, and share the videos. And as always, if you need any legal assistance, we are glad to help you at Huffman Mason Law Firm here in Covington, Tennessee. We're in the Memphis area. And if you have any issues in Arkansas or West Tennessee, we'd be glad to give you some help. Or anywhere else, call us. So we have a network of attorneys that we can refer your business to if you want to speak with us. So hope you guys have a good day. Thank you. I think I'm live. I know it's probably weird for most people to have a lawyer talking to you on a Saturday, but today's the first day that Huffman Mason decided to try to be a little more innovative to better serve our clients, and we decided to be open on Saturdays. So the purpose of this video is to let you guys know, and let me give you a background on why we did this. By the way, if any of you actually watch and have questions, feel free to jump in, but the purpose of this is I am actually in the office on Saturday, hence the live, and we decided as a firm that we needed to better serve our clients. A lot of the clients work till 5, 6 o'clock, and sometimes it's hard for them to make it in for appointments, either to check on the status of their case or to get something started. So what we decided to do is start being open on Saturdays. So the way that works is if you have an issue and you want to speak with us, you can call anytime during the week, lunch break or whatever, and set an appointment, and you can actually speak with my partner or I on Saturdays in the office. So that's from like 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we just finished up our first day. Mornings are probably my partner because I teach at my other business, High Octane Martial Arts, in the mornings, and then when I get done there, I go shower real quick and come up here, so from like lunch to 3. So anyway, I just wanted to throw it out to the world that there's a law firm that is available for you on Saturdays. We do have a pretty aggressive calling service also, so if you need help other than that, you can get us, but I just want to let you guys know. It looks like a couple of people. Oh, thanks, Gunner. I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, I got to represent. I have had some of you ask me about my flower, why I wear the boutonniere or whatever all the time. And it's just kind of to be different. So sometimes when people go to find you in court, everybody's in a suit, and I can't just say that I'm this best-looking lawyer, because although that's usually true, not always. So I wear flowers every day just so they know, hey, look for the guy with the flowers. So anyway, if you need any legal services, holler at us at Huffman Mason Law Firm. Next week, I have a team legacy meeting, our Kicks team legacy. It's a group of businesses that get together on Saturdays, and we discuss different business strategies. They just had secret shoppers go to all their locations, so I'm sure some of them were excited about that. And I look forward to sharing that insight with them next Saturday. And if you have a business and you're interested in joining our consulting wing there to do the legacy team training, we'd be glad to do it. And you get us all the time. Like you can talk to us during the week. You guys know how available I am on here, and then even on the weekends you can get special training. So I look forward to working with you with a lot of you guys on in your different businesses and helping business strategies and stuff like that. And in a minute, I'm going to do a video on bragging. So some of you know I'm pretty good at that. There's a reason for that. It's okay to brag, but I'm going to go into detail in another video on that. But again, so we are open on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and you can actually get with a lawyer on Saturday. That's right. We're always going to be innovative and trendsetters. And so if you need any legal help or can't get during the week, you know, we are available. We have our Covington offices open on Saturdays. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Shout out to my brother Justin too, Justin Mason. It's his birthday. Happy birthday. I'm going to show you guys around. So let's see. So here we go. Let's see if we can figure this out. All right. So, yeah, I know, like, for Valentine's, my wife got me this fancy GoPro, and I haven't been able to use it yet. My goal is to make some actual traffic stop videos where you guys can see from a first-hand perspective what to do during law enforcement interactions, specifically with traffic stops. But real quick, I'll give you the grand tour, because you know you only see one perspective normally when you watch these Kickin lawyer videos. So behind me, I've got, you know, my shrine. You know, I'm into martial arts, so I just got a couple of foo dogs and my cool suit of armor I like there. It's nice motivational to me and comforting grass. I actually have a window view, but I'm not like most people. I like to be in a hole. Like when I'm not filming or meeting people, I'm usually in the dark in here. I like vocabulary, and our wonderful office manager got me this little thing, and I enjoy it. Obviously, I haven't changed it in a couple of days. And then I have my little Bluetooth speaker here, and normally I'm listening to some gangsta rap or blues. That's what I like. And I like things that remind me of things that motivate me. Like, for instance, that right there. You know, one, obviously I have certain religious beliefs, but two, it's Doubting Thomas. And my partner, Brian Huffman, likes to make fun of me and say that I don't believe anything kind of like Doubting Thomas until I experience it. And that kind of reminds me that that's a flaw. That is from my daughter, Jade, and she did it for me. She's very artistic, and I'm very happy about that. And then I got my art here, my Superman comic book art again. And I don't really, it's not that I identify with Superman because I think I'm superpowered or anything. I actually identified more with Clark Kent because he was kind of a nerdy dude, and, you know, underneath had this secret powers, and that's kind of what I identify myself as. Then I got a bag of, well, there's garbage, but then there's also a big box of Kickin Lawyer shirts. So hopefully some of you guys will want to get some of those. If we scan over here, and then I've got my law license and various things. I showed that in the last video. North Korea, that's my police stuff when I was a police. I got that sword in South Korea back years ago. I was pretty proud of that. It was a big deal back then. And then if you're ATA folks, you'll know what that is, the soap and candle. Not the cork so much, but the soap and candle is a very traditional story and important part of martial arts as you progress to black belt. It's my family, and then I got my grandmama, who's a big inspiration to me. And then I just got other randomness that I like. So do have a big dry erase board, but it's got client info on it, so I'm not going to show it to you. Our firm has decent sized haunted conference room, and again, if you'd like to stay up here at night, you can experience too. This big door here slams on its own a lot of times when it's open and there's no HVAC or anything going. That's kind of scary. It's another lawyer office there, and then of course here's the wonderful streets of Covington. And I am here today on a Saturday because lawyers don't sleep, especially the Kickin lawyer. And this is our office staff side in the wonderful streets of Covington with our new Huffman Mason logos. So that gives you a real quick kind of rundown of how my firm is set up and what I see every day when I'm up here. I've got a lot of people have sent me stuff from other states. So, you know, this is just local Tennessee law firm. So hopefully that gives you a little insight into that.